showing up and doing good while you're doing that. Is it okay if I just give you guys just a little bit of information about myself so you guys kind of understand why it might be important to listen? Okay. I grew up in Minnesota. I went to Pepperdine University on a full volleyball scholarship. I was the first African-American volleyball player there. When I was there, I started to learn to invest. Set a goal to make my first $1 million by age 35. Made my first $1 million investing in securities at age 31. Purely investing in stocks and stock options. Depending on our time, I'll show you how I kind of did that. Then at about 34, then I started working at Smith Barney, and I ran their investment centers inside of minority-based banks nationwide. Then I retired in when I was 35. In 2005, and I started working at Faithful Central, and I have my own investment firm, registered investment advisory firm, right near the Fox Hills Mall, right at Corporate Point. So one of the things I want to sit down and kind of talk to you guys about today is how you could retire by the time you guys reach age 35 or in that vicinity. Is that something you guys would like to learn how to do?
Yes.
Yes.
This side doesn't want to.
Yes.
Yes. All right, good. That's why I make sure your hand was raised. Because if somebody came and told me they were going to do that, I would have done that. I learned how to invest, and there were just certain things that I learned. Okay, and unfortunately, time-wise, we have exactly 54 minutes to be able to show you how to do that. So that's a little bit of a challenge, but you guys, if you guys follow along, you'll be able to learn. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a question, and I'd like for you to respond back to me, so that way I know you guys are paying attention and you're learning and different things like that. First of all, if you could hold up three fingers. When you make $1, there's only 3 things you can do with $1. You guys know what the first thing you do when you make $1 is? Spend it. You know what? We will spend no time on that today. Because I will assume that you guys know how to spend money. If you guys get that. You know what the second thing you do when you make $1 is?
Save it.
Close. It's lend it to somebody. When you actually put the money in the bank, you're actually lending the money to the bank. So what you're doing is, because a bank, what they used to do is they used to give you interest. Now they don't. Third thing you do when you make $1 is what?
Invest.
Close. Someone said invest. You said invest? What's your name?
Maisha.
Maisha. How old are you, Maisha?
15.
Oh, 15. You guys are prime time. You guys got 3. You know, I waited until I was 18 to start investing. And that's one of the things you guys, now there's more technology out there that's easier. So the third thing you do is own something. Ownership is like investing. What are some things you guys can own? You guys can own a bike. What else can you own? A house. But you see, there's a lot of people that say they own houses, but they really don't. You see, what happens is they buy the house, and they buy it, and they have a $400,000 mortgage on it, and then they keep paying that over a 30-year period. So they actually don't own the house. Bank of America owns the house. And if you don't think they own the house, then what happens is, if you miss a few payments, then you really figure out who owns the house. So when you guys make $1, you can spend it, lend it, or own something. One of the things I want to talk to you about is ownership. Because what happens is, people have money slipping through their hands all the time. You see, like, I don't know if you guys know. Do you guys know that you guys will have millions of dollars come through your hands, but you guys just spend it? Yeah. You ever seen $1 million? No. You ever seen $1 million? Well, hey, I actually brought $1 million with me today. You want to see it?
Yes.
$1. $1
$1 so I have and I have it, and also I got it from the Federal Reserve. Here, can I slide this over a little bit so I can just... You want me to set it right here?
Yes.
Carl, can you help me just hold this real quick?
Don't play like that.
I'm not playing. This is in ones, fives, 20s, 10s, and 100s.
You're rich.
The question for you guys. When you see this, what do you think about? What's the first thing comes to your mind?
Putting it together.
What's your first name? What's that?
Kali.
Kali, how old are you?
It's 16.
16, okay. Kali, okay. You want to put this together, right? So it's ones, fives, 10s, 20s. Anybody else think of anything? What do you think about when you see this?
Why?
Why was it shred?
Because it was old.
Okay, that's something you're thinking. Why was that done? Okay. Anything else you guys think?
Value.
The value. Great. Let's hit all these first of all. Start with Kali first. How long do you think it would take to put this together? And how complicated do you think this would be to put together ones, fives? They think that now first of all, you guys, it's impossible to put this back together. Because if it was possible, I wouldn't be able to get this. These are real bills from the U.S. You can see them right. These are real bills. They're real bills. Okay. But I have a better question for you. How long would it take for you to make this? Would it be easier for you to put this together, or would it be easier for you to make this?
Make it.
Oh, wow, I thought it would take me an hour or two to convince you or something like that, but it doesn't. So there's just a couple things that you guys need to do to make sure that you guys achieve financial success. Number one thing that I cannot teach you is drive. You have to have drive. When we trained and when I played on the, I played volleyball at Pepperdine, then eventually when I played on the Olympic team, you cannot teach drive. You cannot teach hustle. It's either in you or it's not. So if it's not, just let us know up front. Then that way you can just live a very normal average. But I just want to so you guys know, I'm allergic. I am allergic to mediocrity, okay? You have to be like that. All right, so drive is number one. Second thing you want to make sure that you always have is you want to have knowledge. That's what I'm going to teach you guys some things now. It's like learning how to use a tool. There's a Mac computer here, there's a Mac computer here, and I'm holding a Mac computer. This computer is absolutely no value if you do not know how to do it. Apple has a class